Hey guys, Zazhar here, back again with another video. Not a review, gonna be doing something a little bit different today, because today we'll be doing a bit of an overview of the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 wave. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, because today we're going to be doing a bit of an overview of the Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 wave in its entirety. That's right, we're going to be breaking down each figure individually. At the end of the video, I'll be giving you my final thoughts on the wave as a whole. But before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my buddy T-Biz for giving me this idea, because over on his channel he's been doing this kind of thing with the Masters of the Universe Origins line. So, once again, shout out to T-Biz. It seems to be a theme on this channel. I feel like I've done it in almost every video this past week. But I digress. Getting started with the factions of this wave, though, we had a total of 5 different factions, which is pretty diverse for a Mythic Legions wave, at least as of late. Lately we've been seeing 2 factions per wave, although I do remember the last All-Stars wave being quite diverse, and this wave is no different. So starting off, we have 2 figures from Ilithia's Brood, 2 figures from the Circle of Poxus, 1 figure from the Congregation of Necronominus, 1 figure from the House of the Noble Bear, and last but not least, the big guy in the back there is from the Legion of Erethyr. So a total of 7 figures, 6 standard size figures, and 1 troll. Now, is this going to be the theme for All-Stars going forward? I hope so, because it actually really works. I think it works really well, actually. So, hopefully this is the norm. 2 Motu homages, a troll, and 4 fan vote figures is okay with me. And I'd just like to point out the reason I am doing this video, outside of being inspired by T-Biz, because I give cred where it's due, I just wanted to make this video in case some of you did not have time to check out my individual reviews of these figures. So I'm going to try and keep this as short and sweet and painless as possible, although probably fail miserably in the process. So, kicking things off with Baron Volligar, the first figure I reviewed last week. We're going to save the troll to the end, don't worry, we won't forget him. Kind of a sleeper figure, in my opinion. I really like Baron Volligar, possibly even my favorite of the wave. A little light on accessories, though. He comes with that big standard thing, and I think that kind of hurts him a bit, because while that is cool, he only has the sword and the shield as far as weapons I'm going to be displaying him with, or accessories, I should say. It would have been nice to see him with maybe a spear, or a pike, or a short sword or something, even a knife, man. But also, I will say the shield clips that he and Torion use are no bueno. They don't fit on that style of arm, that style of gauntlet, which I will also say a lot of the figures in this wave share the same armor, so kind of boring as far as that goes, but it is my favorite armor, so I'm not going to complain. Right down to the gorgettes, man. But yeah, the shield clips are just no good. But shout out to Elliot Leo of the Mythic Legions Cabal for helping me solve that little issue. Sent me a couple of shield handles in the mail. Unfortunately, I do not have them for this video. Baron Volligar is actually borrowing Lord Draguul's shield handle for this video. So, moving on from him, but actually bonus points because he's got that King Diamond looking logo on his chest and shield. Just saying. I give bonus points when there's a slight metal reference. But moving on from him, though, we got Torion. This is the second figure I looked at last week. Super stoked to finally get a Minotaur in my Mythic Legions collection. And I also got a comment on this guy saying that the horns were packaged wrong. They should be the way I have them now. And that nose rings are a thing. So thank you, random commenter. And those of you who didn't know that, you do now. The more you know. G.I. Joe. Wrong toy line. But, with that being said, I will say Torion is a little bit lacking as far as bulk goes. I think he could have been a little bulkier in the shoulders to kind of compensate for that neck piece he's got going on. It would have been a little bit better, I think, but that's just a nitpicky thing. I do like him, all things considered, even with those little tiny things. I will say it would have been nice if he came with a hammer, maybe. Seems like the type of dude who'd carry a hammer around, just want to smash your face in. But I do like his little magic wand there, and I will be displaying him with that because I do like how the metallic blue and gold kind of pop on that, as well as his armor. Moving on from him, we got Zazar, who I looked at last Wednesday. And Zazar is the first of the two demon brothers I have, the other one, of course, being Azar, who I hope we get in a future All-Stars wave. But Zazar here is really cool. I like him more than I thought I would, possibly more than Zarya, and I really like Zarya. I like the red and her kind of tattoo on the one side. But this guy, he's got the tattoos on his entire body, as well as that very vibrant blue paint and the deep red eyes. It just really pops on a shelf. I will say his weapons are kind of I'm maybe gonna give him the wand that came with Morgulith and maybe a different sword. I think he should have maybe a scimitar sword. I think all of his weapons should have been curved, maybe like Grisha's, or the Vampire Legion builder came with that kind of two-piece sword kind of connects in the middle. It would have been nice if it came with something like that, but that's just some nitpicky stuff. He is a 1.0 re-release, so of course he's going to have the same weapons as he did before, and unfortunately I don't think those fit this figure quite as well as some of the other ones I have lying around, so maybe I'll just have to do some swapping, and I'll give him what I want. But still a really cool figure. Moving on from him though, we got the figure that gave me the most problems. Malleus, who, again, I had a couple of sticky poo-poo problems with. Of course, those being his jaw not wanting to stay pegged in at first. I might have actually got that in there now, but I'm not sure. And his axe breaking when I tried to take it out of the packaging, because sneaky bastard tape. But I have had those issues resolved since then, but like my shield handles, I have not yet received them in the mail yet, because the mail just flat up sucks and is too damn slow to keep up with this channel. So I don't have time to wait for them. So here we are. Malleus is an awesome figure though. Despite those issues, I really like this figure. I like it a lot actually. My second favorite skeleton, you all know who the #1 skeleton is. He also helps complete the Triad of Death with said skeleton, the infamous Brother Mandibulus, mascot of the channel, and his sister Morgulith, who I actually never reviewed. I might actually do that now. But also, I mentioned in his review, his sword matched up well with Morgulith, and that sword is currently on her hip now. So that is where it's going to stay as well. So I have her on display with that. But all things considered, this is one of my favorite Mythic Legions I own, regardless of the issues I had with it, and I'm super stoked to finally add him to my collection. He's one I've been after for a while. Not really after, because the secondary market prices on these are just so high I don't even chase them. It's too much, bruh. It's too much. But moving on from him, we got Lord Draguul, the first of the Motu homage characters of this wave. Again, I hope we see 2 Motu characters and a troll in each wave, but I digress. But Lord Draguul comes with the most stuff in this wave. Comes with an alternate knight helmet with a homage to the vintage figure with that little red dragon on top that you can take off. He's got that axe with that cool homage to Imp, as far as that skull goes, which I may need to glue on because it just kind of falls off. The infamous blade shield, which again, I think only him and Purplore come with as far as single figure releases having that shield goes. Again, he's not holding it now because, well, space. I have a lot of stuff sitting here, and Baron Volligar is using it, the shield handle, right now. He also comes with a crossbow, which has no arrow. That's about my only gripe with that figure, is his crossbow had no freaking arrow. How's he supposed to use it? Magic? I guess. And also, he's got that new style of cape with the Dracula style points on it. I can English, I swear. Top that off with the interesting choices as far as the hands and neck peg go. His hands are blue like his skin, so is that his actual hands or his armor? No one knows. And he's got a skeleton neck peg. So what's going on with that? Kind of interesting stuff going on with that guy. But moving on from him, I will say he's one of my favorite Motu homages. Down to my least favorite Motu homage, unfortunately, we have Dorina Honoris, whose last name I just remembered I never said in the review, so my apologies for that. But nobody's perfect, and I have more fun saying Dorina Dorito. So I'm going to stick with that, because that's fun. I mean, it's all about having fun here, right? But she is an homage to Shira, while Draguul is, of course, an homage to Hordak. And again, she's my least favorite, but she's still a really solid figure. Least favorite Motu homage, and unfortunately least favorite in this wave, I must say. But that doesn't mean she's a bad figure. She's a really solid figure overall, and one of the better female figures I've probably gotten in the past year. Just not my favorite. I will say she does come with a very light spread of accessories, not a ton. She has that alternate elf-style head, which I kind of wish she came with the fully helmeted head with the ports on the side so you could peg the wings into it. I think that would have been a better homage to her vintage counterpart with the kind of mask look. It was a more mask-style helmet, and maybe a head I would have displayed on this figure, but I do prefer the Freya of Dead Hall head on her as I do the Carpathius head on Lord Draguul over there. But with that said, her cape was also a pain in the ass to get on there. I did have to widen the holes with the sword to get it to fit correctly, so there is that as well. But again, a really strong release, just not my favorite. But moving on from her, got the big guy in the back, the infamous Stone Troll, who is awesome because he is my first troll. The interchangeable head is easy enough to swap out, and he comes with that big hammer, which I don't have here because it's just so freaking massive. Takes up too much camera space. Tilting the camera back down because I don't want to start shaking and give you some shaky cam, because nobody likes shaky cam, right? Maybe just me. But I will say the troll, it's very nice to finally have a troll to add to my Mythic Legions collection. I think everyone needs at least one troll, and I do hope we see the Forest Troll and the Ice Troll re-released in future All-Stars waves, along with Brontis, because I really like to get Brontis, even though he isn't like these other trolls. But that's about it for the wave. Really solid wave. If I had to rank my favorites, I would say Volligar, Torion, and Malleus are tied for my favorites, even though, again, I did have some QC issues with Malleus. Those have been resolved, and those will be fixed shortly, as soon as the male drags its ass. And other than that, I really like Zazar, I really like Lord Draguul. I do still like Dorina, but she's just not my favorite. And the Troll, I can't fit him in that same category, because those are their own beast and are in a category all their own. But, with that being said, I would give this wave a full recommend. I think you need to pick this whole wave up, because it's just that good. And I'm probably going to say that about most, I can't English, I swear, I say it again. Most Mythic Legions waves, because they're just so damn good. And speaking of which, I would like to see what you guys think of another All-Stars wave. Do you like this format? Is this the format for you? I think this is the best way to go. 2 Motu homages, a troll, and 4 fan vote characters is definitely alright with me. Now, with that being said, I do think they should re-release some of the other Motu characters. Maybe fill out those 2 slots with Adamon and Keltis next time, and then maybe the Ice Troll as the troll. I think that would be really awesome. I know some people are kind of poo-poo about that, but here's the thing. New collectors come into this line every day, and what other Motu homage characters would you rather have other than He-Man and Skeletor themselves? So I don't think it would hurt the line at all. I think it would be a really smart move on the Horsemen's part, but I'm in no place to make those kinds of decisions. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up here because I've rambled on long enough about these figures. I reviewed them all. I will leave links to all the reviews in the description below. You can check them out at your own leisure. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like, as well as hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel. Going to be going back to our regular format for reviews, 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting off with some DC Multiverse. That's right, we went from DC Multiverse to Legions, right back to Multiverse, because why not go from one good toy line to another, right? Also, stay tuned, I will be working on another top 10 list. Not sure when that's going to get done, but I will be doing a top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2020 in the future. I know 2020 is over, but top 10 lists generate traffic for the channel. And if there's one thing I like, it's generating traffic for the channel. Gotta build it somehow, right? Also, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Mythic Legions Cabal over on Facebook. Go hit them up and join the group. Walter Hagen, Elliot Leo, all awesome people over there. But I will forewarn you, do not be a dick, because no one likes a dick, and you'll just get kicked out. So, with that being said, also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this wave, what you'd like to see in the next All-Stars wave. I'd like to see Azar, Zazar's twin brother, the Yellow Demon. And again, Keltis and Adamon, I'd really like to get my hands on those. I'd really like to get my hands on the other Minotaur, Asterion, and Scapular the Crypt Breaker, one of the other skeletons I don't have yet. But fortunately, those were in the first All-Stars wave, and they said 1 re-release per figure. But I think that's BS, and they should just have the popular characters as kind of an evergreen stock. But again, I have no jurisdiction over what the Horsemen decide to do. I'm just going to give my honest opinions on the matter and say that that would be best for the line. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But again, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.